Mayor. How have you been?
I'm doing okay, Keith. How about you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Since we've spoken, a lot has happened within the city, and I just want to follow up on a couple of issues with you this morning. The City Council last week passed a fiscal year 2027 budget. I know that was a collaborative effort at the end in terms of your meeting with city councilors to get this passed. I guess talk a little bit about how you saw the process and how ultimately it turned out.
Oh, it turned out for the best for the city as far as I'm concerned, but it was herky-jerky for a little while. But again, when you are able to sit down and talk with counselors, bring them to the table, have the corporation council here, have finance here, work through numbers, work through ideas, and come up to some kind of a compromise that's the best for everybody. I think that's how we got it done. I mean, we did have a 1/12 for July, but that was just another step on the road to a final budget. And I'm very confident that the city is in a good financial spot right now for this year. I mean, you work with all the councilors. Almost every one of them would throw an idea on the table as something we work with, and it was very positive. And as I said, we did do 1/12, but after that, we're off and running.
Are there any concerns as you move forward through the year? That's something that you and your financial team will just keep an eye on. I know trash is always a big issue, even though that contract now will move forward. Are there any issues that you're going to keep an eye on as the city?
Trash, health insurance is a big one. Health insurance, trash, obviously, paying our all of our employees a decent wage. We have some of our capital projects, whether it's Diamond, the roads, the streets, all these things have to be funded, but they're all part of making a city a better place to live. And working with our partners in the state and federal level, we just have to look for the best opportunities for Fall River to supplement our revenues and keep going. I mean, we have been blessed for a long time, and hopefully we keep going, because that's what we're trying to do. I mean, keep the city moving in the right direction. I think there's a lot of great positives, whether it's our parks, we're doing a ton of streets again, infrastructure. We're trying to keep the city clean. We have a lot of new people at DCM, so I'm not disappointed. There's work to do, and we're going to keep going.
Yeah. Also, in the past couple of weeks, Massachusetts Department of Transportation has officially notified potential developers of an invitation to bid to develop the land created by the reconstruction of Route 79. We've talked about this many times. I guess what's been the process for you in the city? I know you were hopeful that the redevelopment authority would take a lead role, but has there been a lot of cooperation between the city and the state on this?
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, one of the things I do remember saying, that no matter who ends up being the developer, whether it's RDA or the Massachusetts, the city's still going to win. I know that they now have some people talking about the project. There's some big developers that are looking at it, and I think if everybody stays on the same page and we work together, Fall River is really going to have a waterfront to be proud of. I think getting some retail, some restaurants, and some housing down there along that strip. I was down there last weekend. I mean, we had the boat run, we had the concert in Heritage. There was a number of people walking up and down on all of our pathways. The Cove restaurant was packed. It's really had a change, and got Primo with their outdoor patio full, concerts at the Narrows. I went to one last week. It's really starting to come along down there, and if we keep our foot on the gas, I think we're going to have a great waterfront, which will be a testament to the city and to the people who live here.
There's finally this week, there's been a lot of talk nationally, and of course, and sometimes things that are national kind of funnels down to a city like Fall River, about the implementation of flock cameras, which police use quite often to help identify primarily vehicles and license plates if there's an instance of a crime in the section of the city. I'm sure you've heard some of the complaints here locally, even though they've been here for quite some time. What do you think of all of this commentary about the flock cameras?
I'm always amazed at when I talk to the police chief, no matter which chief we had, whether it was Chief Hoare, Furtado, Garvin, they rave about the flock cameras and what they're doing to prevent some bad actors from doing negative things in our city. It's a great technology. I've never, in my 6 or 7 years here, heard one complaint from a resident saying, I was caught on a flock camera and I was not the person they were looking for. They dragged my son out of the car. No horror stories like that. These are just technology advancements that allow the police to track vehicles and see that they're doing what they're supposed to do, or to look for somebody that may have committed a crime and go get them. I was talking to the chief the other day about it. When we had those mattresses dumped on Wilson Road, we used a number of Ring cameras to try to chase that person. I mean, the advancements in technology between Ring cameras, business cameras, these security systems, there's cameras on all the time. So, I mean, I get that sometimes, things can go wrong. I've never heard of it in Fall River. And by the same token, I've heard a ton of stories about how they stopped some people riding around in a car that may have had a weapon or some drugs, and were able to prevent them from doing something that could harm someone, or just, keep their illegal activities going on. It's a positive for me, and I'm just amazed that all of a sudden it's reared its head because they have been here for a while, and again, I've never heard anything about them.
Yeah. All right. With that, Mayor Paul Coogan, I thank you for your time. We'll talk again next week. Take care.